Well, one of the cool things that we were talking about with it is the play to win aspect. And we've been to a bunch of conventions, and this is new to us at least. But essentially, they have games that either they purchased or the companies have sent them a copy of the game. And what happens is you check it out, you play the game, you bring it back, and you get to fill out your name for that game. And at the end of the night, they do drawings for each game. And then if your name is drawn, you get to keep the copy that you played, essentially.
Mm-hmm. So
I thought this is awesome. Like last year it was awesome. This year is awesome. It has its pluses and minuses up to it.
Right.
Eric, you want to start with something about it you liked?
Oh, sure. It's probably one of the biggest reasons I go or we go because, like we devote a lot of our time there to try out a lot of the new games that they have for us that we haven't tried before. So it gives us the opportunity to win some games. And then it also gives us the opportunity to try a lot of games that, we wanted to try, or maybe we didn't even really want to try. But since it gives us just a little bit of incentive that we might be able to win it, then we try other games that normally we wouldn't have played.
Yeah, the first time we went, I think we played a lot. We were choosier this time, or pickier this time. We still played quite a bit of them anyway, but I feel like the first year that we went, they had a lot of small little card games that were garbage, and I didn't want to play them, but we did it anyway, just to put our name in the bucket, essentially. Like Little Devils. Like, I don't think it was
right.
I don't know.
That was the game that came to my mind.
Yeah. Like, it's a trick-taking game, and it was just like, it's a trick-taking game. There are good trick-taking games, but that's not one of them. Or at least I didn't enjoy it. It was just kind of whatever. So there's a bunch of games there that was kind of This year, I think the selection was way better.
Yeah.
There was way more quality games in this. Games I didn't even know that I wanted to buy, and I'm going to. Like, for instance, we were talking about Gruff. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to buy that, but you know what? I probably wouldn't even have tried it. Like you said, I wouldn't have tried it if it was just in the library.
Right.
We'd be playing stuff that, has a lot of praise, that we want to buy, that we haven't had a chance to buy or play yet, just to see if we want to purchase it for our game group later. I think it's cool. Now, I mean, Matt, anything that you want to say about it that we haven't touched on? Because I've got a couple of things I want to bring up that.
No, you're probably going in the same direction I'm going to. So,
well, I was going to ask this: do you think this is a viable option for conventions like Gen Con and Origins?
No,
not unless they
not
had
a chance.
A ton of copies.
And that's probably because the negative that I'm going to say is that the way they handle the play to win is good, but it's not great, and there's a lot of flaws. Luckily, I don't think a lot of people do this, but you could check out the game at the beginning of the day and have it all day long. Now, this year, they kind of went around and asked, hey, you done playing that? Because they kept tabs on it.
Yeah, they must have kept an eye on them or something better this year.
Yeah, but games like Viticulture, that was one of them. Now, we were kind of concerned because one of the groups that we were seeing playing it, we thought they had the play to win copy. And maybe they had a copy of it because the library already had a copy. But they had that game for so long, and we were like, man, we really want to try to play that and win it. But they're just playing it over and over and over, or playing a really long game of it, or just taking forever. But small card games and stuff, it only takes you 30 minutes. There's a lot of people that can churn through that and get a chance.
Right.
Games that take you 4 hours, especially on Friday when they open at like noon.
Well, that's what I think them dudes were being legit. I think they were just, slow.
They were slow players. Yeah, they weren't trying to be malicious about it.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate with a big game like that, though, because you're only going to get like 8 people's name in it at the most or something like that. 2 4-player games probably in a whole afternoon. Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen.
So there's not going to be a lot of people names on the longer games, but maybe they can have more copies of a game.
True.
But then do you give those out of prizes, or do you have multiple copies in the library afterwards?
Right.
So the other thing is that if you have 4 people, all 4 of you can check one out. You just essentially give them your license, just like the library. Give them a license, get the play to win. We all 4 do that. We have 4 games out, and now 3 of the games aren't being played. And so I can, we're guilty of this slightly, but other groups have to be as well, where you check out some games. Cause you do want to get them because you're like, well, we're going to check out this 30-minute game, but we want to play this other game afterwards. So you check out 2 games, and now you're playing one, but then when we're done with playing that one, we immediately play the next one, and then we're holding on to the first one too.
Right.
So maybe be a little bit more adamant about checking it back in, stuff like that. So there's some flaws to it.
Sure. Actually, they did start this year, and they started asking you if two players might be together, and if it was both a play to win game, they would request that you not check both of them out.
They did, yeah. Yes. But if you go up there at different times and they don't really know you,
sure.
I mean, you can get around that so well. And now, I don't know. I did like the fact that if they did have a copy in the library that was Lexicon's copy, they would let you check that out and be included in it as well. That was cool, but not every game had that.
Right.
So, I guess they could do that with Gen Con if they had like tons of copies of it.
And only in the gaming library.
Yeah, you'd have to limit it to go into the gaming library and stuff too.
I mean, they could do it in there real easy and just do it in different sessions.
Yeah.
Because what them run 4+ hours long. I can't remember how long those sessions run that you get
4 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a good amount of time you could be in there, and they could have some shorter games and do the same thing. If you're in here during the session, play them, and try and win them and this and that, but then you'll have a whole bunch of people grabbing after.
Well, what about if you had like a representative from that company or publisher playing the game or teaching the game and moderating it? You know what I'm saying? Like you have a table, like a couple of tables off to the side. And I mean, you'd have to have a lot of commitment from publishers to do it.
Right.
But if you had them sitting over there and like 3 people come over and start playing a game, when they're done, they call other people over, or maybe I guess you could have scheduled. That would be cool if they had like, they schedule games that you can play and people just teach how to play those games.
Right.
Maybe have it dished out as a reward at the end of the night or something. I don't know. I guess the logistics of it just make it unattractive for a convention of that size.
Yeah, I agree.